Let's just talk a bit more about uh, the threat coming from Trump. How would you handle that as opposed to what Justin Trudeau's doing, which is putting his foot in his mouth by lamenting that Kamala Harris didn't win the election in a speech that got a lot of attention south of the border, and then going into hiding. Meanwhile, you've got premiers like Ontario's Doug Ford, Alberta's Danielle Smith. They're doing Trudeau's job of making Canada's case on American television, in American media interviews. How would you handle this situation?
Well, it's with strength. Justin Trudeau is weak. He's a weak leader who is weakened by his own caucus and cabinet. He has weakened border, weakened immigration, a weakened economy, a weakened dollar, which means that Canadians will have to spend more for everything that's priced in US dollars, oil, gas, food,
fresh fruits and vegetables
fruits,
in the winter,
clothing, you name it. It all becomes more expensive when our dollar is now below 70 cents and our economy is at the worst gap with the United States economy in probably 100 years, depending on how you measure it. So we need to bring back strength. We need a leader with brains and backbone. And we need to start by reasserting our economic sovereignty. How do we do that? It's by producing more here in this country. We need a massive bring it home tax cut on energy, work, investment, and making stuff in Canada. We need lightning fast approvals for mines, pipelines, data centers, and hydroelectric dams. We need to unleash the prodigious production of our incredible energy resources at this time when the world needs energy. And that's what I'm going to bring home when I'm Prime Minister. And that will give us extra might as we face the Americans into the future.
you've got some people arguing, including some who have worked for Trudeau's PMO in the past, and some politicians are talking about, well, we shouldn't do anything that Trump is asking about. You've said already that you see there is some merit in what he said about border issues. But should we be engaging in a trade war? You've got folks saying, like, let's just block everything and show him. To me, that says you want to lay off everyone that works in the resource sector or in the agriculture sector or the manufacturing sector, and you just live in the laptop class world where this won't affect you.
Yeah, look, what I would say to that is I want to secure our border not to please President Trump or any American, but to save our own families. We've lost 47,000 of our people to fentanyl overdoses. That's more than died in the Second World War fighting for Canada. I mean, it is astonishing how deadly the liberalization of drugs under this NDP government has been. 200% increase in overdose deaths. So we have to stop the flow of Chinese-made ingredients that ultimately get cooked into this deadly poison. We need to lock up the drug kingpins and shut down their money laundering networks for Canada. I mean, even if Trump weren't saying this, we should do these things. We should rebuild our military because we have a duty, and our troops want to defend our continent against terrorists, Chinese and Russian submarines and spy balloons, and the other intercontinental ballistic missiles, which could one day theoretically be a threat. We owe it to ourselves and our continent to make this country safe against a dangerous world. So whether it were President Trump or not, these are things we should be doing regardless, and things that I would be aspiring to do anyway.